Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. My name is Lydia. I am starting off this week, it's Sunday, with ribs. These ribs were not seasoned, they were just ribs in the freezer, and I've had them for a really long time, and I tend to go for the ones I've been buying at Kroger that are already pre-seasoned. And so this time I thought, okay, I thawed them out, seasoned them, and put them in the crock pot. And then over here we have chicken wings because not everyone likes ribs, so we're gonna do these in the air fryer later on. And I still have instant mashed potatoes, so we're going to do that. And then over here, I have a half a cabbage. We're going to make like a little cabbage and tomato salad. And then I also have a bag of Caesar salad. So we'll probably do that because this isn't enough for all 6 of us. So that's what's going on. And I'll show you guys when I plate it up what it looks like. All right, I've decided to make the green bean casserole because I was looking through my cans and I need to kind of rotate them, use them up. I have this big can of green beans. I'm going to use that, drain it. And then I'm not sure if I need 2 or 3 cans of mushroom soup and then a little bit of milk and then the fried onions. So I'm going to get this in the oven, get that going, and we'll see if I feel like making some stuffing. I feel like there's a Thanksgiving theme. Why not? Let's make stuffing too, because I finally found my huge box of little boxes in it of stuffings that I bought from Costco. I was looking for it once, but I had such a huge stockpile that I couldn't see what I had, which is so dumb. So I finally was able to find it, so we might do that. All right, so I'm just getting my water ready for my instant mashed potatoes, using some of these. I also put some salt and butter, and then some of this better than bouillon, just to kind of give it a little more flavor, because they really have no flavor at all. So the air fryer is going. The ribs are still not going to be done, I think, for another 2 or 3 hours. It's around lunchtime. So we're going to have the wings with mashed potatoes and salad now, and then we'll have the ribs with mashed potatoes later. Our little setup before everyone comes and digs in. We have the Caesar salad, we have the cabbage salad, we have some chicken wings, and more wings are going in the air fryer. To make up some brown gravy, just out of that box. And then here is our stuffing, our mashed potatoes, and I just took the full off of the green bean casserole, and that is going strong. And I'll plate it up and show you guys, but I wanted to show you guys we have lots and lots of food, and it smells like Thanksgiving in our beautiful green bean casserole. It is bubbling and delicious. I'm so glad I decided to make it. It smells delicious, absolutely delicious. This is how I'm dishing it up. I put the mashed potatoes in the middle and everything else on the sides. It's so good. You guys like it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The kids have already dug into their food. So it is Monday morning, and I have chicken pot pie filling going into the crock pot, and I did cut up 2 potatoes as well, some frozen veggies, some rotisserie chicken that was in the freezer, just the breast, and I did use 4 cans of cream of chicken soup, and I sauteed 2 huge carrots and a big onion and garlic. Oh, there goes my oven. I'm gonna get my biscuits already going because it's 8:20 in the morning. I just want to get everything done, and then I'll show you guys my other project that I'm working on. These are the biscuits I'm using. They're from Walmart. They're about $1.48 for 8 biscuits. Very affordable. And I have some in the oven. I'll finish the rest out of that and then pop these in. And I am baking them on my pizza stone because I've done it in like a glass Pyrex dish, and they kind of burned the bottom. So I'm going to try it on my pizza stone and see if that works any better. So here is my other project. My digital pressure canner has arrived, and last night I pressure canned 5 quarts of bone broth, and I will insert a video. My sister's coworker gave her like the chicken feet, which are delicious for bone broth, and she doesn't use them, so I put them in my turkey roaster, which I've had for many years, and I think I've only used like once. So I put in my turkey roaster, made a huge batch of bone broth, and I have a little video. Emma did a little video of that, and I'll show you guys what that looked like. And I just kept it outside and had it going for hours and hours. And then I have 5 quarts of bone broth here, and then I have 4 more quarts in here going this morning because it was late at night when I did it. And then these will be shelf stable. So let's talk about this little pressure canner. It's digital. It's super easy. I've never pressure canned anything in my life, not even like the conventional way on the stovetop. with the pressure canners. I've never done that. So last night was the first time. This like literally has the words and it tells you what to do, like step by step. There's just a few little steps. It heats your jars up. It does everything. It's amazing. This was around $340, I believe, somewhere around there. I did order it on Amazon and I waited for about 2 weeks, and the day when it was supposed to be delivered, the seller canceled the order and refunded me my money because they were out of stock. Apparently they're very popular. So I went to walmart.com and I was able to find it. And again, I waited about a week and a half to 2 weeks for it to be delivered, but they actually delivered it. So if you're looking into getting one, you might want to try Walmart before you go on to Amazon, just because that was my experience. Maybe they're back in stock now, I'm not sure, but you're going to have to wait a little bit. And then it's a bummer because I got so excited that day. Thank God I didn't thaw anything out or prepare any kind of stuff to pressure can, because I would have been very disappointed when they canceled my order. But anyway, that's what's going on. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to also do potatoes today, but I just wanted food and dinner to be in the crock pot, the biscuits to be done. We can just reheat them. And then that way dinner is taken care of and I can focus on this. Oh yeah, and my dad came over last night with a huge bucket of their pears from their tree. They're still nice and firm. And I'm going to have to get to them this week and do some canning with those. So let me show you guys what my husband did with all those chicken feet. And those were organic raised chickens, so very good quality. He took, and then I also had some wings in there. He took the meat, the chicken legs and some of the wings, and he just put them in this little container, a couple containers. And you can see the broth has already gelled, which is so delicious. I did put some garlic powder and some seasoning, and it is kind of like a yellowish because I put too much. All right, so here are the biscuits, and they turned out so nicely on the pizza stone. Let me show you guys the back. They were perfectly cooked. I did let these go for about 16 minutes at 350. It says on the instructions 15 to 17 minutes. So they have lots of layers, very buttery, very, very delicious. Hi everyone, so it is Tuesday and we are just making up some macaroni and cheese for the little kids. And I just had 2 of these Kraft box macaroni and cheese that need to be used up before the other ones. And then we still have the chicken pot pie with dumplings for some of us. And yeah, just eating up some leftovers and then some macaroni and cheese. I don't know if I showed you guys, I don't think I showed you guys yesterday the finished product, but let me just tell you that chicken pot pie and the dumplings was delicious, and it's gonna be delicious. There's a little bit more left. Let me turn you guys around and show you guys my homemade. So I got 9 quarts. I think I said 10 in the other clip. It's 9 quarts of homemade bone broth, and look at that. It is beautiful. It is shelf stable. It does have a little bit of fat, but that's fine, and it's got a nice golden color from the turmeric. And so I just washed these jars. I took the rings off. They are all sealed, and I'm gonna let them dry and then put them on my pantry. So me and my husband and my oldest son David took a drive up to my mom's house. She's about 30 minutes away from me, and she still has red tomatoes in her garden, which we do not anymore. Our tomato season is done for the summer. And then she also has fruit trees, so we got some apples. These are all organic, the tomatoes and the apples. And then my dad came over yesterday with more pears. I'm going to take you guys outside and show you. They are just so beautiful. I need to start canning. He brought us this huge box of pears that he picked yesterday, and then you guys already saw the little bucket. Anyway, they still have plenty of pears at home. They have a beautiful pear tree that produced very nice pears this year, and we need to figure out what to do with them. Leave me comments, leave me suggestions in the comments below. Besides canning these, putting them on the shelf, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of recipes. I just have to Google. But if you guys have anything that you know that you've tried and you know is delicious, let me know in the comments below. Hi everyone. So today for dinner we are having a gyros, Greek gyros with some tzatziki sauce. And let me open this up and I'll show you guys what it looks like. They look and smell absolutely delicious. It's a local little cart shop place near us, and we decided to give it a try. Is it good, David? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's gonna be delicious. He got chicken. I have beef and lamb, a mixture, and yeah, we're gonna dig in. Today we are making an easy and simple spaghetti bake. We have this beautiful spaghetti sauce that we have prepped in other videos and put in our freezer, so that is thawing out. I'm going to use some of these pepperonis that still need to be used up from Costco. So I'm just going to do spaghetti, put it in a casserole dish, put some, actually, I have a little bit of this Mexican cheese that I'm going to use up, and then we'll use some of this mozzarella cheese and then the pepperoni and just pop it in the oven. This is one of my kids' favorite meals, and it's super easy, especially now that we have our sauce all ready to go. It's going to take no time to put together, and I'm super excited for a super easy dinner because I want to can some stuff, and that takes up a lot of time. All right, here is the final product. That came together super fast, and I had it at 4:35 for around 20 minutes covered. And we are ready to dig in. See you guys tomorrow. So here is my ground beef. I have 5 quarts here that I've done, and I have more jars warming up, another 5 quarts. And this is my little setup. I already have the ground beef that I cooked and drained all the fat, and I have more over there. So whatever is going to fit in the 5 quarts, I'm going to can today. I have hot water going over here, and whatever else is not going to fit, I'm just going to throw some taco seasoning and make taco meat because I'm sure somebody will eat it up. Okay, so I've decided to make some pear preserves on top of everything else. Lots of canning. That's why the spaghetti bake was so important because for dinner, because it was just easy. It is after dinner now. I have 16 cups of diced pears, 4 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 cups of water. I found this recipe on Pinterest. I've never done any kind of preserves. So I am going to boil it nice and slow, I think, for around 2 hours or so, and then can it. So this has been going for almost an hour. It smells so nice in my house with this. It smells delicious, and I still have a lot of pears left over. Obviously, I'm going to let this go for a lot longer. I have a lot of pears left over, and I was looking on YouTube, and I think pear butter, I could make it in the crock pot and can that up, and that looks really delicious. I'm sure that would be really good on toast or in cakes or something. I don't know. I think it would be really good. So I've had it before, and it was actually apple butter, and it was really good. So I might give it a try and try making some pear butter. All right, so I have 6 half pints of the pear preserves, and this one I actually didn't can. We're just gonna keep it in our fridge, and we're gonna eat on it. It turned out really delicious. I tasted it. It is really sweet, I guess, because my pears are sweet to begin with. So I think I'm gonna do another batch tomorrow, and I'm going to cut one of the cups of sugars out. But that's what they look like. It is Friday morning, and over here I have a freezer meal of Mississippi roast. I just used pickles instead of pepperoncinis. When I was preparing this meal, I thought it out last night, and I literally just dumped it into my crock pot. And this is going to be a lifesaver today because I'm doing more pear jam, pear preserves, because it turned out so delicious. Everyone loves it. So it is 6:23 in the morning, and I just got this started. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down and just let it go. I have my little jars ready, and I am going to water bath can it. So lots to do. I'm also thinking of maybe pressure canning some beans, some dried beans today. So we'll see if I get to that. But so far, this is what's going on, and I just kind of want to get this out of the way, and I still have a lot of pears left after this is done. Okay, so I just finished canning another batch of the pear preserves, and these are half pint jelly jars. I got 6 of them. It is 9:06 in the morning, and I am done with that. And then over here I actually decided to pressure can black beans. So I think I have 6 pints in there, 5 or 6 pints going. And then I have more over here that I'm going to pressure can. I have this whole basket. I would eventually like to pressure can all of these and get them out of these bags. All right, so here are my thawed out drumsticks. I washed them, put a little salt, and then I also bought this rotisserie chicken blend. I'm not sure if I got it on Walmart or on Amazon. So these are going in the fridge, and later we're just gonna air fry them. So my Mississippi roast is pretty much done. I have 4 of these Northside chicken fried rices cooking up here. Ooh, steaming. And we'll get the drumsticks going, and we're gonna have Mississippi roast with this rice, and then whoever doesn't want the beef can have the chicken. So here's the Mississippi roast with the rice. I started eating it and I figured let me give you guys a little shot. It's so delicious. It's so good, and I put a little extra pickle juice. Oh, it just tastes really good. If you've never made it, make it. It's easy, simple, and delicious. Let me show you how beautiful these drumsticks are coming out of the air fryer. That is all that delicious seasoning. I did cut into one, and it's still super juicy on the inside. These are jumbo, so these are huge, and I did poke them with a knife before putting them in the air fryer. And I had them on 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and I turned them over once. So there's the first batch. My husband got a couple of them, and he's eating the kids. And then I have more in the air fryer, but I just wanted to show you guys really quick how it's like crispy on the outside, but yet, I don't know if you can hear that, but inside is still very moist and juicy. All right, so the day is coming to an end, and I have 14 pints of canned black beans. I am so excited to put these on my shelves tomorrow. They all sealed, and I also have my preserves that have sealed, and I'm gonna put those up on the shelf tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna take the rings off, wash them, date them, label them, and put them away. So I want to show you guys, I went into my freezer and I found a few things. This is meat for beef stew. That's already freezer burned, so I'm going to make beef stew in the crock pot tomorrow. And then over here is, I think, like liver and something from probably a chicken. Either way, I'm going to thaw out and see what it is. We can cook that up. And then I have these two roasts. I'm not sure if we're going to cut them up and can them. If not, I'm just going to prepare them and get them ready for Mississippi roast. That way they won't take up so much room in the freezer. And then I found this sausage that I'm thawing out. I'm sure we can just do it in the air fryer and somebody will eat it up for breakfast or something. So these are coming out of the freezer tonight to thaw out, and we will use them up tomorrow. I am sauteing up the beef meat before putting it in the crock pot, and that's going on high. And you can tell this is a little bit darker meat because it's all organic from my mom's cow that we got a couple years ago. And I'm gonna let this go with a little bit of beef broth in the crock pot for about an hour before I add anything else, just because it's such a tough. Okay, so here I have 4 cups of water. I use this beef stew seasoning mix, and I actually put 2 of these bone broth beef sticks. I'm gonna mix this up, and here is my beef. It made a huge mess. I had to clean it up. It splatters everywhere, but it's so important. It just gives it so much flavor. I mean, you can put your beef straight from your carton in there without browning it up, but I added a little bit of flour, salt, and pepper, and I added in there. I'm going to save this. I'm going to drain some of this grease off because it's too much. And in here, I want all of that that's on the bottom, but because this is, like I said, really tough meat, usually I would do this all at once. I'm going to let that go, and then I'm going to put my carrots, celery, and onions in here after I drain some of this grease off, and then add maybe a little bit of more beef broth and deglaze this pan and just soften those up, and then add them to the crock pot. That's how I'm gonna do it. And of course I'm adding tomato paste and lots of other stuff, but it's gonna be so good. We're so excited. I'm also gonna add potatoes, and I also kept the flour that I used to coat the meat with, and I'm actually gonna put some of the bone broth on here and then deglaze the pan with that, just to kind of give the beef stew like a gravy consistency a little bit and thicken it up, and it's gonna be great. Okay, so I just put a bread in my bread machine because we need some bread. And then my husband brought these out of the freezer. I told him to bring them. I want to make some potato soup. That's what the little kids requested. I'm gonna thaw them out in the microwave, and I'm only gonna use like 2 or 3. I know, with this pumpkin, the kids are drawing on their pumpkins. So I'm gonna get these boiling. I wish I would have thought of that last night. I could have had this thawed out, but I didn't, so I'll just do it in the microwave, and then I'll get the cinnamon rolls in you guys, I have some exciting news. Our tiles finally came in. They were shipped from Spain, so we can put them on our deck. We are so excited. He's got pretty much everything done. Let me show you a little overview, and then of course, and these are these, what are these, ceramic? Or
I think so.
They're porcelain. They're very nice. They have a little bit of groove in them. We are going to have outdoor rugs, but still, I just want to show you guys. And then let me show you guys our lights. I really like those. I ordered those online. They're half wood and half metal. And then I figured let's get a fan out here when it gets warm outside, and I love it because it kind of goes, these were not together with the lights, but I kind of matched them, and this is wood and metal as well. And then another light over there, and I love how the ceiling came out. And oh yeah, this is our little remote for our fan, for our ceiling fan. That's where he put it. And he kind of painted over here again, but I love the ceiling so much with the pure white that we chose. And it has the lights can be dimmed 3 different colors. We can do it brighter, we can do it yellow, we can do it less yellow. So pretty exciting. So it's coming along very nicely. The floor is the last thing that needs to get done, and then we are going to be all done. How long did it take you? It took you like 3 weeks? Maybe. Yeah, around 3 weeks or so. And he's been home because just of his work. He has some circumstances. He's been home for the last 5 weeks. He is going back to work next week, but if he gets this done this weekend, then we're all set. You're putting a heater. He's putting a heater to kind of heat everything up, and it's just exciting. And then he did do the trims black. They used to be white and repainted. So lots of work. So here are the cinnamon rolls. The kids already dug into them, and they're still really soft and nice. They're not hard as a rock. I baked them at 400 for about 18 minutes. And it was a double pack. But you know, sometimes when you over bake them, they get really hard. Well, these are definitely not hard at all. So super happy with the quality of it. These are just a great value ones that I get at Walmart, and we really So my bread is coming out very nicely. It's rising up, and I think I might have to do another loaf. It's got about an hour and a half left. It is 11:25 right now. So once this is done, I might just pop in another loaf because I know they're going to go through it really quickly. So the beef stew meat went for about 2 hours, and it got a little tender. And I just added the vegetables, and I deglazed that pan. It's all nice and deglazed. And I put some more broth in here, and I'm going to let it go. I actually added more time. This is going to go for another 6 to 4 hours on high, just because of my meat. Like I said, it's really tough, but this is the last of it, and then we'll just have regular beef from now on. So. Oh my goodness, you guys, I wish you could smell how good it smells in my house. My soup is all done. My bread has about 10 more minutes, and there is nothing like the smell of fresh bread. And then here is my beef stew. It is going strong, and we are going to have a delicious dinner. It is almost 1, so we're going to eat the soup and bread definitely for lunch. And then the beef stew, I'm not sure if I'm going to make like an instant mashed potatoes or something to go with it. I put quite a bit of potatoes, but either way, I'll show you. Look how beautiful my bread turned out. It didn't sink in or anything. Sometimes the top kind of sinks in. So I'm just going to let this cool before we cut into it. And I'm going to start another loaf because this is going to go by really quickly. So I'm using these instant mashed potatoes that are coming up to date, best by date. I'm going to make these. I have more if I need. And then let me show you guys the beef. Here it is. I did add some peas from the freezer, and that's going to be good. We're going to scoop it over mashed potatoes, and it's going to be delicious. You guys, this is the final product. The mashed potatoes turned out delicious. I think I like those instant mashed potatoes. They have good flavor. They have some red potato skins in them. They're just great. And the beef stew. So that is what we're having for dinner, and I'm hoping for leftovers for tomorrow. Either way, we'll see you guys tomorrow. So those 2 roasts that I thawed out, I got 2 Mississippi roasts out of them. I brought this jar of pickles from our stockpile and used some of those, and then our ranch seasoning ran out, so Lucas brought me another one from the stockpile, and then I do have another backup. We have lots of food left over, and we have lots of bread left over. These are going in the freezer for a quick dump and go meal in the future, and this amount of meat is a one-time meal for my family, but that's perfect. We like it when it's warm and delicious, and yeah, one time for one dinner will be more than enough. So it is Sunday, the last day of what's for dinner for this week. And we are starting this morning with some banana nut muffins and some cranberry orange muffins that I'm gonna make in the oven. And then let me show you guys my kids' pumpkins. These are the drawings and the paintings of book characters that they did. Which character is that one?
Dog breed. This one's cat book.
Cat book. Okay,
They're gonna put a hat on the top.
Yeah, they're gonna put a hat on it. So that's Lucas's, and then that's Noah's. And we're gonna get these muffins ready. Are you excited to have some muffins?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I have the banana walnut muffins in the oven, and then I decided to put this in like a bread pan, the orange cranberry, and I had just a handful of blueberries in the fridge. I threw those in, I sliced up some pears, and I threw in a little bit of vanilla, and I'm gonna make like a little bread, cranberry, blueberry, pear bread. We'll see how it turns out. I'm sure it'll turn out great. This was kind of my inspiration, but I obviously didn't have any plums and no almonds, so I just kind of modified it and used up what I had, and I think I'm gonna call that good. We'll see how it turns out. My kids and my husband are outside. They're working on the tiles on the deck. It is cold and crisp out there, and just lovely, lovely fall weather. It was raining really bad for a couple days, and it stopped raining now, which is fine because we've had so many like fires around here and smoke. Last week was just horrible with the smoke and the fires, and now the air is just crisp and clean and nice. So as soon as I took them out of the oven, I went and I gave them a plate, one for each, and they're enjoying that, something nice and warm. And then I just put that little cranberry one bread cake thing. We'll see what turns out. I put that in the oven. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy one with my coffee. I've been sipping on my coffee all morning. We have a lot of beef stew and a lot of mashed potatoes left over. I'm probably not going to cook anything else today besides these muffins and stuff. But if I do, I'll show you. But yeah, I'm so excited. These smell absolutely incredible. They have walnuts in them, banana walnuts. Oh, just smells delicious. My little cake that I made, let's call it a cake. Smells delicious, and I just put a fork through it and it's perfectly cooked through. So I just had a taste of this. It is really, really good. Super moist. It's still hot, obviously. Super moist and delicious. Noah likes it. The pear gives it just a little bit of a crunch. So good. It's Sunday, and we've been eating beef stew and mashed potatoes, but David was feeling like making some pasta. It's got mushrooms, pasta, and shrimp. I don't know if you can see the shrimp in there, but it's, oh, there it is. And it's actually really good. He used Alfredo sauce, garlic, parsley, a little can of tomato sauce, and it actually turned out really good. So we're going to enjoy this, and that's going to wrap up another week of What's for Dinner, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.